Hey everyone, so this is a general reading for the week of March 11th to the 17th. So the question I asked was, what do we need to know in order for us to move forward? So the first card is the Wheel of the Year. So this is coming from my Witch's Tarot. And so the Wheel of the Year. So this card tells us that in order to move forward, remember, keep that in mind that that's the question. What do we need to move forward? And the will of the year is about knowing that nothing stays the same for long. So I've been getting that card a lot actually for people because, sometimes we feel like because we're in the same energy as we were, a month ago, or it seems that things, maybe we might be in a difficult place right now, but that card reminds us that, just as every day of the week changes and the seasons change, that everything is always in flow and nothing stays the same. So, um, if right now you're going through a challenging time, or maybe today was a really bad day, just remember that tomorrow is a new day, that tomorrow everything can change. It's a new day to, take action. It's a new day to move forward or to come up with new creative ideas. So everything is in flow, so things will change for sure. And the Seven of Cups. So with the Seven of Cups, there's lots of opportunities around that there's things that maybe that you haven't really looked at and that you can look further into. Um, that there's in order for us too to have that creative energy, we really need to again have that flow in our life with the wheel of the year. So there's a lot of opportunities around. There's a lot of job offers that or jobs that are out there. And if you're looking for a job, if you want, for your own business, if you're an entrepreneur, there's so many different opportunities that you just have to really look for them and um, raise your energies. I'm really big at that so that we get into that creative stage and get out of the realm of survival. So lots of opportunities coming up this week as well for a lot of you. And the next card is the Tower. Now, I love the Tower card. A lot of people don't like the Tower card. So remember that the question is, what do we need to do to move forward? And the Tower is really about we need to knock things down. We need to change things up. So whenever I do elevate sessions with people, I always say to them too, is that if we want to change our life and if we want to change the situation that we're in right now, we really have to shake things up. We can't do the same thing that we do every day because if you want something to change, then you have to make those changes. Otherwise, we're just doing the same things we do every day. So the Tower card really is that card about knocking down old belief systems, getting rid of and really searching for those limiting beliefs that you hold. Because if we have those limiting beliefs, they really hold us back. So it's about this internal reflection or internal reflecting of looking at what are the thoughts that hold me back? What are the thoughts that you think about that are kind of there daily? And I always say too, if you spy on yourself, spy on your thoughts and kind of look for, during the day when you're feeling, maybe you feel pressure in your chest because you're holding so much emotion in, or you're feeling really angry or hyper, all of those emotions that we experience in a day, start to look at them and spy on yourself because they'll tell you what needs to shift. And so the Tower card is about really knocking down and tearing down things that we thought were something that we thought this is the way it was. We seen, maybe we believed that if we did A, B, and C, this is the outcome that's going to happen, and that outcome hasn't happened. So, now we feel like that tower has collapsed. It's our values, our, things that we maybe were told growing up. Um, all of a sudden we start to question those and to see that, what, I don't feel that way anymore. So it's a tear down of who you are right now and where you're headed for. And so really tearing down the old you and just allowing things that don't serve you anymore, that don't enlighten you, that don't make you feel like you're in, high energy. It's when we feel this new beginning for us within ourselves, when there's this new urging within us that's trying to direct us on a different path, really getting rid of the things that, just don't fit in our life anymore, that it's not serving our purpose, and looking at those limiting beliefs, because until that tower falls, until we push past those limiting beliefs, then we're not able to move forward. And then the next card is um, the seven of swords. So this card for me, typically when I'm doing a reading, is my movement card. Um, I might say that someone's taking a trip, but for this reading, when we're talking about what do we need to do to move forward, this card really is, and it's interesting that it comes after the tower. This card is about needing to move through emotion. And so when that tower falls and our world feels, like we just had a shakeup, or we just have come through something really challenging, something that was hard and difficult for us to come through, now we need to move through those emotions and just, really embrace the emotion, embrace what's coming up, and then move forward from them, because you don't want to stay in that state for long. And then the high priest, the high priest. For some people, this is the high priest can signify like you have a lot of questions. There's some questions that still need answered for you. So when you're looking at, moving forward in it might be towards a business, towards a new job or new place of, living, whatever it is for you. The High Priest card can be about, yes, there's still questions out there that you need to have answered. So just to, whether it's within yourself, whether you need to look within and get those, questions answered. Do some reflection again and some inner work. Um, for others, it could be, okay, maybe I need to take a course and need to do some studying, or do some research, because there's still questions that you have that need to be answered, with the high priestess. Now, for the high priest, sorry, high priest, not priestess. For the high priest, for me, this card for me means different than the typical. If you see that there's the moon and the stars that are crossed over, and that also he's pointing up to the skies. And for me, this card is really about, um, as within, so below. I mean, sorry, as above, so below, as within, so without. And so it really is that, um, you know, the thoughts that you're thinking. And again, thinking about the question of the general reading, the thoughts that you're thinking will trigger your body to feel those emotions, which is as within. And So really paying attention to the thoughts of what you're putting out there to the universe and what are you putting out there into the field and looking within, because if your inner world is in turmoil, in pain, if there's suffering, then that's going to reflect in your outer world. But it's also about really paying attention to the thoughts that are triggering those emotions that are, you know, triggering your emotions. Are they bringing up past hurt or pain? Again, it's that needing to move through those emotions in order to be able to move forward. So lots of really great cards here. And then the last of the tarot is the Six of Wands, and this card is a card of victory. It's a card of accomplishment. So, so the question being, what do we need to do, or what do we need to know about moving forward, is really moving through a lot of the inner world, right? The letting go of the limiting beliefs, really paying attention to what our thoughts are, needing to really take a look at um, our foundation. What is it that we value? Where do those limiting beliefs come? What do we need to move through in terms of those emotions? And paying attention to our bodies and our inner world. And so those were really, really great cards about what we need to do to move forward. And then I did pull some angel cards, and this one is clairvoyance. So really being able to, this card is about helping fully awaken your spiritual sight, so that you can see clearly. So for this, it's really being aware and paying attention to your own intuition. And again, in my Elevate sessions, what I do is I always tell my clients to really again pull your energy up into the center here in the center of the head, so that in the front we have our intuition and our third eye, and at the back of the head we have our pineal gland, and the center for intuition, inner knowing, wisdom, clairvoyance, clairaudient, all of those things. And so really, really paying attention to the inner guidance and to your inner knowing and the vision, the clear seeing, because most of you will already know what it is you need to do. And sometimes we just want that confirmation, because sometimes we may doubt ourselves or not trust ourselves. And so we're really looking for that confirmation. But really, you have all the wisdom and the intuition that you need. So start to really put attention on that. And that also will really grow, because where you put your attention on, or where you focus, will grow. The next one is career transition. So this one, I feel like, um, for some of you that are in a 9 to 5 job, that you're feeling a nudging, and whether there's a whole different career change. I feel like for some of you that you're really wanting to take another direction, or that you're taking steps so that you're no longer in that 9 to 5 job, um, because there's feelings of wanting to be free from the system, is what I really get with a lot of you. Um, and so wanting to, really look at, okay, how do I grow my business? How do I what is a business that I can go into? What can I do from home that I can make some money at, and I can sustain myself financially in order to make this career transition? So there's, for a lot of you, I feel that. for some of you, that you're actually going into your entrepreneurs, but there's also some jobs that are coming up for you. And so, there's a few of you that I feel like a small group that are actually have applied for jobs, and those jobs you're going to get, and that movement and that change is going to happen fairly soon. And of course, this reading was for in this week. I apologize. I know that makes a loud noise. So then, yeah, so then this one is healthy lifestyle. And so this one is for some of you, there's some health issues, of feelings of really low energy, pain within your body, some just yeah, some health issues that are coming up for me that I feel. And it really is about switching and turning to a more healthy lifestyle. So really looking at, you know, um, the foods that you're eating and starting to really just focus on that and put attention on it. I always say get a pad of paper and a pen and take it with you. So, foods that aren't sitting well with us, we're going to have gas, we're going to have bowel issues, digestive issues, inflammation issues. Sometimes it might be an increase in inflammation in the body, like pain. I used to get cracks in the sides of my nail, um, and so things like that when they, you know, come up. Like one time I was getting farm fresh plain yogurt. Delivered to my home, and it was so good. And then I started getting these splits in my finger, and it was just so painful. And so I just had to stop and say, okay, well, I didn't have these before. Why do I have them now? Like, what am I incorporating into my day, my life? What's new? Can it be like environment, like mold or dampness? But when I did a little bit of searching, that it was definitely the yogurt. No matter how beautiful it was and so fresh, but it was the dairy that really I couldn't have. So cutting that out. So our body will really tell us what foods are good for us to eat and what foods aren't. And I know I've showed you the muscle testing or the human pendulum where you stand, you close your eyes, your legs are apart, and you ask yourself, show me a hard yes, show me a hard no. And you'll feel your body sway one way or the other. So you can go into a store if all of a sudden you have really bad acid in your body, don't just, brush that off as, oh, oh, give me a Tums. There's a reason why you're feeling more acidic now. So your body will really tell you. So really paying attention to that, and also paying attention to if you feel energies of being stuck or stagnant, low vibes, then that's your body and your spirit telling you to get out, to move. Always have that movement, because movement will remove that stuck and stagnant energy, because we have to have that forward movement, and action will actually help clear your chakras and your energy centers, whatever you prefer to use. So healthy lifestyle. So start to incorporate. Spring is coming, and now it's time to get out, but also to be aware of your body and what it's telling you. The next one is sensitivity. So also, you know, as the consciousness on the planet is rising, um, we are becoming more evolved, more spiritual, and as that's happening, as our as we pull our energy up and we're clearing our energy centers, we also are becoming more sensitive. So some of you might be going through periods of being overly sensitive right now, and just really pay attention to that. And again, looking at and following the moon phases, because the moon phases really affect emotion. And so really looking at the days of the week, um, looking at the moon phases, seasons. Now is spring. As we come into spring, if I put on my Ayurveda hat for a moment, there's a lot of you that are going to start having allergies come up. So now you're going to be struggling with allergies or colds, the wet, because spring is so wet and heavy and like, slushy right now. So that wet in us, you can hear, like me, I'm a little bit stuffed up because now, as the snow is melting from the earth, now the seeds and the grass or the dirt, the dust, all of these things are coming up. So people that have a kapha dosha will now start to struggle with maybe asthma, allergies, skin irritations, um, rashes, stuff like that. So being aware of that, you can kind of take um, get the jump on it. So, turmeric, ginger teas, but turmeric a lot for sure. Turmeric in rice, turmeric on your potatoes, turmeric on your scrambled eggs, and just really incorporating more turmeric, some garlic, throwing a clove, a bulb of garlic into the oven and roasting it, chopping that up with some lemon and honey and taking that drinking stuff, the golden milk right now that helps you sleep, but things with turmeric, because turmeric is a drying agent and a drying spice and will dry up the mucus within our body. Um, okay, and then I just want to make sure. Yeah, and sorry, the sensitivity. So I went back to the healthy lifestyle because I just had more to say. But yeah, just paying attention to being more sensitive. And because of the wet, the spring, the allergies, that's also going to play on your sensitivity because now, we might feel lower energy. We might feel annoyed, irritated, frustrated. So that's why I brought that up. The next one is author. So because of the question that we're looking at, for me that card, what I feel is that it's journaling. For a lot of you, it's really starting to journal and keep track of where you're at, how you're feeling, every day checking in. Set an alarm on your phone for every hour. For every hour that alarm goes off, just to stop, reset, take a moment to reflect. Am I happy, frustrated? Is my energy low or high? What is it that I need right now? Because we go through our day and we don't take the time to do check-ins with ourselves. So for that card, it's more not so much about writing a book, it's more about writing down your feelings, starting to really become aware of you, how you're feeling. What do you feel in your heart? How is your body feeling? Are you expansive? Are you contracted? Do you have acid? Is something shifted? Are you feeling low energy? Are you needing to raise your frequency or raise your vibration? All of that stuff. Really pay attention, because if you're not aware of that stuff, there's no way you're going to move forward. So we want to keep moving forward when we become stuck. And these are all the ways that it's going to help you. And then the last card I pulled from my other deck here, which I can't think of it, but this is a drum. So the drum, and that's a beautiful card too. So when you think about a drum is the sound of the earth's heartbeat. It's the heartbeat of earth, and really paying attention to that rhythm of earth, and more so paying attention to your own rhythm, to the rhythm within you, to that flow, to that, nudging, to that heartbeat of you. What is nudging you? What's that beat within you that is wanting to come out? What's your rhythm? What's your path? Where are you going? What do you want? What do you need? And really, really hearing and feeling your inner rhythm so that you can change course, make changes, and start to move forward. So that's the reading for this week for March 11th to the 17th. And thank you all for joining me here. And I hope that the reading resonated with you. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.